All right, and momentarily we were just about on our way. And we're off.
Off to the races.
All right, and we're going to get a very early Alto card, which will give us a little more access to some items in Tadpole Pond. All right, we're already seeing some route variants as Sawney Wrath is going for key items, and the other ones are going for item checks. And that's a shed key we've just found.
Oh, wow.
So we will have so that gives us access to all the shops in Seaside Town, which also deletes one of the shops from the enemies, and that's a super suit.
I called it the super suit in the question mark spot.
I can't believe that.
Oh, that's so
though the real thing to keep in mind, that might not be that great. That's one of the things, is that we do have random stats. Now that super suit, not looking so hot.
Oh no.
It's all speed and defense and nothing else. But by God, nothing is going to outspeed you for the entire game.
We've got the Mega Pants 2 on Raina Lynn.
It looks like Sonny took a death there in the pipe vault, and it says he did not save. It reset him back to the beginning.
Oof. At least that happened fairly early on.
You know, that's something that I have done numerous times. Go through and to go Rosetown into the vault and just end up taking an L. It looks like our party one thing I forgot to touch on, we do have the no free characters flag set. So we're going to start with just Mario, but that doesn't have to be the case. As we're making our way through the pipe vault on the bottom right, we're looking at the Alto card. We do have access to some early Kiro Colas. Not a lot of money, though. We did pick up a Mega Elixir. Looking top left, we're already making our way through Mushroom Way on Arena's screen. We're making our way further into the pipe vault, and we're already playing some music in the bottom left. Gonna get a key item for completing this song with Todovsky. We're gonna be doing this and jamming out to that Tadpole Pond song. I gotta tell you, I was struggling to find a bad music track in this game.
I don't think there is. I am straight up a believer that almost every track in this game is just an absolute amazing. Just amazing, top to bottom.
One thing, all right, so it looks like we did all that music playing for just one of the 3 Musty Fears flags. If we collect all 3, we'll get one of the items that are within the shuffle there. And we see an encounter taken on the top left by Reina. That's seeing one of those gestures early, not great. So making way, picking up some Rosetown items. And Sawney Wrath has elected to use the shed key to open up all the shops there, gets the hero shirt. Oh, that's something to keep in. See in the bottom left there, the Sia being on sale in Rosetown. Something to keep. That's a great item that'll guarantee that you can flee from battle.
And that's just like so important in this game. I find just so important to have.
If you accidentally take an encounter that can wipe you, just be able to push X and get the heck out of dodge. And what is that quartz charm? Boosts of all one-hit KO and fear protection, and we have our first boss fight in the top left. We have the Cloaker and Domino.
I wonder how tricky this is going to be.
I actually didn't see the location he encountered the boss. Well, he took an L.
Yeah,
or she took.
That just seems like a really hard
and
fight.
She forgot to save too.
Oh no! You hate to see it.
Fun fact: if you want to get into this, do yourselves a favor. Save in Mario's pad.
Doesn't hurt anyone. Just a nice save.
Yeah, just take the moment and don't take the L. Now, if you're gonna remember, we have to retrace it, so we're gonna have to retrace their steps. Hopefully, they're able to take it through, as we do have a experience star there for Sawney Wrath in the sea. Perhaps we might see some death abuse. I didn't see if they saved beforehand. I'd imagine they probably did.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either.
All right, we're seeing some stats there. Mario's doing okay for himself. Not the best stats out there, but not awful either.
Exactly. Just a nice middle ground. Nice to see.
It looks like they're going to go ahead and elect to check the... Oh, so Sonny is not going to death abuse. They have elected to save those, save that experience. They won't be going through again. Just checking the items. Not an uncommon thing to just go ahead and check out. There's quite a few like easy accessible item locations there.
Absolutely. Now he's checking Monster Town.
Yep, as we get a Moleville shop check from Sinos. As we're getting the disappointment in the Dry Bones flag on Raynolyn's screen, as we're seeing Mystery Egg in earlier times up there for Sonny Wrath. The earlier times, an interesting item will reset the fight, as we see Super Suit also for sale. Lots of defense, lots of speed, and not a whole lot.
Yeah, probably not worth it in this seed.
All right, now we'll go ahead and talk to the Thwomp here 7 times. And then we can dig those vibes and get that key item. Seeing lots of decent stuff in the shops, depending on how the stats are. There's just, is that like the thick shirt with the complete fire immunity there? I didn't actually see that key item, and we already have a Star Hill dip.
Oh, let's see.
Now we've got some encounters on Reyna's screen. Looks like they've made their way into the Kuro sewers. As we have Booster Tower, no, they're in the pipe vault. Swarm is making their way up Booster Tower, checking some items. And finding ooh, that's a nice flower box find. A good amount of change if you want to do some shopping.
I wonder if that Booster Tower tech is going to pay off early game for him.
And going back, it was the seed that was hidden in Monstro Town. So pick up let's give us access to the Lazy Shell locations. Now, there's no guarantee they're going to be anything that's worth our while, unfortunately.
Ooh, Swarm taking a death, too. That Bomb just didn't want him to live anymore.
And as we see here, now Sonny Wrath, having done a sweep, is going to go ahead and make their way over and try to unlock the first character. So, in order to obtain extra characters in this randomizer, you have to defeat the... Excuse me. You have to defeat the Mushroom Way, the Mushroom Way boss. The second, do the minecart minigame in the mines. You have to defeat the cake location and defeat the Bowyer location if you want to get more characters there. Now, Sonny is electing to fight some of these encounters to try to get the extra items for rescuing Toad. Getting the Geno, and there's a free quartz charm behind the Elder Key.
Oh,
Solution
wow.
for that puzzle is 653124. Pick up the key item there. And that's the tenor card. We're already up to... So we have 2 of the progressive cards already found. Which will give us more access to the things in the drink shop, which can be more items. All right, what is our boss here in Mushroom Way? Oh, that's Earthlink. Cloaker and Domino gonna make it through. We'll see what Sonny Wrath decides to do. This is a terrifying fight to find in this location.
It is. We've already seen one death.
And we don't really have all that much offense. All right, so electing to go with Earthlink here. The more physically focused of the 2 snakes. So getting some inventory management on Sinos' side. And a reset was taken by Swarm. They're still messing around in Booster Tower. I think is finally electing to leave. That poison is not good. Sonny is working on a little bit more health and going for a poison gas.
Just doing whatever he can, it seems, to take him down.
Fortunately, just the snake has a fair amount of defense at this moment. Not too much more health to go through. as you can see, they're just going ahead and selling off a Yoshi candy on Arena's side, going and picking up some of the getting themselves some more offense. Meanwhile, Swarm has elected to go for the Booster Pass secret after hitting the button in Booster Tower, and down goes Earthlink for our first boss kill. Mario up to level 4, picking up some decent bonuses for themselves. More importantly, the Geno character has been unlocked, but no star to be found.
And there's the star egg hidden Booster Pass.
Now that's going to be really going to be good for Swarm and Reina Lynn, as that star egg, though it does have a long animation, is a 100 damage across to every damageable enemy on the field. So that will make Reina Lynn's and Swarm's fights a little bit easier trying to get through that Earthlink, as it looks like we're going to see some death abuse done by Sinos trying to make up some of that experience to try to make these early game fights just a little easier. A little bit of shopping done on Sonny Rath's side, trying to get through there. So yeah, Swarm trying to figure out what they want to do, if anything is worth their time in this shop. Lots of stuff, and now we got lots of shops here in Seaside Town after getting that early shed key. Lots of equipment available. Not seeing anything that really jumps out at me as, God, I want that. Though that heal shell has nice defense. And we had a Mary Moore visit by Swarm heading around. Looks like we're getting another Star Hill dip.
Now, did we see what's at the top of Star Hill? Sorry?
I did not see the menu pop up, so I'm assuming that nobody found a star piece. Definitely would have seen the menu. And now, as Sonny Rath gets bored by the usual story of the Kraken attack, as Sinos is going ahead and electing to do some more death abuse, trying to get up some XP to... So that was a pretty nasty early fight there. Honestly, the Cloaker and Domino fight, a lot harder than you would think it would be in that, given the low health total, but that, just the mechanics of it and just being able to do the damage that you need to. As we get the Mega Pants being the free equip there, though neither character can wear it at the moment. I haven't seen any of the spells out of Geno yet. Something to do with the randomized spells. It'll be interesting to see what specials they did come with. I don't know if Sonny is elected to make that look yet.
No, that's definitely something I'll be looking for too. I don't think I've seen it pop up quite yet.
I don't think you've really menued for it or really checking there.
Yeah, he's just on the prowl for items so far. So, all
right, so Reina Lynn's heading into Cloaker and Domino, as we saw that I can't even think of the name of the boss now. The boss from the end of Nimbus Land is in the Yuridovich location.
Valentina, right?
Yes. So that's one of the newer features that bosses are now visible on the overworld, which makes for some interesting things to figure out. Like, so you can see what fights you're going to go up against. Just go, okay, maybe I can't do this. All right, Sonny Rath is electing to go into the Croco the Croco 1 location. It looks like we're going to be facing off against Birdo. A few items to pick up along the way, as well as some other coins and experience star, as we're going to dig as Sinos is going to dig the vibes. Reina's still making their way over.
I love seeing that egg just hop around the overworld. I think it's so amazing.
Yeah, that's one of the fun things, just being able to see, like, and not every boss has an overworld sprite. Like, so if you get Kulex in that location, you'll see one of the crystals run around. As Swarm gets a lecture on why they should accessorize, it looks like Sinos is elected to do some item farming along the big old vine.
the super slap.
An okay item, not the greatest, but we never know really quite what we're gonna get with these stat shuffles. As we're getting an experience star picked up by Sonic Wrath, get some nice XP, jumping around on these notoriously vines.
Oh,
as
and
we're gonna
that
get
enemy is doing him no favors.
And Raynolin now into the Cloaker Domino fight. Though armed with that star egg, I think they're a little less worried than our competitors. If they actually, or were they? They were. Wait, I don't think they actually had the boost. Did they get the star egg, or am I thinking of the other runner?
I think the star egg was in Booster's Pass. I don't remember if Reyna went in there or not.
I thought I saw them in Booster Pass, but
maybe they didn't go into the tower and actually.
But they might not have had. It might have been in the secret.
Yeah. Now it looks like Reyna's gonna make short work of this Earthlink fight here. Took like 1 damage while feared. Clearly is going to be able to handle it.
And the equipment doing well as we have a fight there, and Geno has Geno boost on Sonic Wrath's screen.
That's perfect. Oh, he's going to be so set up because I'm not...
Birdo absolutely murking Geno, but got the boost off. So hopefully Mario can do enough damage to beat out this. Oh, and the miss with there is evasion in this slot. As we get the Dodo game on Sinos' screen to get what's in the feathers location. And that's the end of Birdo for Sonic Wrath. Already 2 bosses to their name.
Sonic is just cruising through this.
All right, I'll see what we get at the end of that fight. The big boo flag, the drill claw, but no star piece. Ooh, did you see the attack jump on that drill claw?
What was it like? It was up to like 120, 130? Was it?
It was 125.
125.
But it did reduce their physical defense to 0.
But if you just beat them in 1 hit, what do you need defense for, right?
All right, with that, since Sonic Wrath has defeated the Croc at 1 location, that means Mac the Knife has attacked the Mushroom Kingdom. Is electing to do this little side quest on the left as we find out that one of the chest enemies is Dodo in this seed. Elected not to take the fight with Hydon at this point. Go ahead and... Ooh, there's a free Sia there for Sinos. That's going to be very helpful. And I think that was the fertilizer I just saw.
So we've seen the fertilizer. We've seen the seed too, right?
Yes, the seed was early.
Yeah.
All right, and look, Raynolin taking a save. They're heading in for their fight with the Croc at 1 location. We're going to dig the vibes on Swarm screen as Sonic Wrath is making short work of this little side quest to get the heal, save, and the bonus item on the left side of the Mushroom Castle.
Let's see if it pays off for him.
Though it did remembering that, oh, he has to save the Toad from this room first.
Geno just learned Ultra Jump too.
And now there's something I wasn't expecting to see this early. Sinos with a barrel volcano dip.
If this pays off for him, though, he might just end up getting super far ahead.
I think they're just going, maybe just going for those first items. Just dipping in for those first 2 items there. 50 coins and something I didn't quite see. Interesting choice. Look, is that a lazy shell? Yeah, check out that parasol with the 57 attack and all the resistances. That is one umbrella not to be messed with. And as we see as we see the Geno boost pick up on wait. Did I just see Mario learn Geno boost as well?
Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, we got more item locations on Sinos' screen. Interesting play, just going for as many early item locations as they can. And checking out the Croco shop.
Why not? You're there, right? There's the lazy shell.
Lazy shell armor, not bad. I mean, it's not bad. It does give mushroom immunity. As we're going to see another Dodo game on Zorm's screen, as we're going to see the fight against Birdo for Raina Lynn. Hopefully that goes well. The Scared Toad giving a free Sonny Wrath. Now has a star egg. There's 2 free star eggs on the field.
And there's Kulex.
My word. I am everything. That is an okay spot to see Kulex. It does have decent magic attack, not the most HP. That star egg probably gonna come up here. I will see what Sonny elects to do. Yeah, absolutely. Pick up the star egg. You see Kulex. You can use the star egg, especially in an early spot like this. Just try to get the crystals off the field.
Absolutely, and he just got hit for 0 off the ice block too. I don't foresee. Oh wait, never mind. I'm just gonna be quiet. Let the fight happen.
I say there is still a fair amount of magic, and I don't know where the resistances lie. But Mario does have at least thunder resistance here. Electing to pick Gino up instead of taking the risk of taking a death here.
Going for the safety strats, I can respect that.
And thankfully we get the the Firestone miss there, as that may follow up with a static E. Meanwhile, Sinos still looking at locations. Still electing to just go for item locations.
Yep, making use of the Sia he found as well. Just getting away from that gecko.
Alright, down goes one of the crystals. That's a little less to deal with. Raina Lynn doing a side quest you don't see done often. Clear out the spot. Clear out all the shy guys in this house, and you do get an item at the end, as well as a fair amount of XP. That was a castle key?
That was castle key 1.
Alright, so that gets you into the Birdo location. Castle key 2 still at large. And unfortunately, Sonny Wrath has taken a wipe on Kulex.
Because how do you beat everything?
Might have to come back when they have a little more HP to their name. Meanwhile, we've got Zorm making that dive into Barrel Volcano for the freedom, and as Sinos is fighting Magikoopa. I didn't see what location they were in.
I believe Sinos was in the what is it? The Karo sewers?
Oh, yeah. He jumped off from there, so that's okay. Probably the Belome location. Either way, electing not to take that fight.
Let's see, where's Sinus going now? Oh, just checking the other boxes.
I'm gonna go ahead and it looks like they're gonna check the Pandorite location and see if they can handle this fight. Picking up that rare scarf. Pandorite this time ends up being Bowyer. This might be doable depending on their stats. So that's good damage. So I'd imagine it's possible. Getting the Y lock, not too worried about it. A lock will be tough though. Given how the fight works. However, not what you want to see Mario asleep. Still making good use of the time blocks. Wakes up. I imagine this Pandorite will probably fall. It's just going to be a fairly annoying fight with the Gnites.
Another sleep. That's crazy.
Actually, I think Bowyer's AI is having a tough time with the only having one target to fling arrows at. But at least those physicals helping wake him up.
Absolutely. Bowyer's a little biased. He doesn't want Sinus to win for some reason. Putting him to sleep again.
Well, the good news with the way the fight works is that I don't think Bowyer will ever lock out the A button because of the low amount of points they're racking up. As it works on kind of a point system. Raina Lynn clearing the way through the thing, and at the end of this, we see Sonny Wrath picking up our first star piece off the Pandorite location, which Sinos will be doing momentarily.
Absolutely. And looks like Zworm's actually going through with a Magic Koopa fight, too.
Gonna give it their best shot. And that's a Jinx clone. That's not what you're hoping to see, but a good time block there, taking 0 damage from that triple kick. And just absolutely dispatching that clone, thankfully.
What's the next one gonna be?
All right, and a nice bit of Sinos there, resetting the room to get to actually get the coins from the Pandorite chest. All right, I'll be really curious to see if Raynolin will have better luck with the Kulex fight.
Yeah, Reyna has the Star Egg, too, so there's a chance.
All right, Sonny Wrath is not electing to head to the Belome location. Go ahead and see, or excuse me, that Sinos is going to dip out of the Belome location and is now finally going to be picking up Geno.
Yeah, Sinus saw that Magic Koopa was at the end there. I guess just didn't want to be part of it just yet.
And it looks like we have Sonny Wrath here setting up for the skip to get onto the Cricket Jam location. You can run away from these boo encounters, jump on their heads while they're in iframes, and then jump onto the platforms above.
I never knew that trick. That's super cool.
It can be tough to execute, as Sonny Wrath has shown by missing it the first try. Gonna try to run away here. Thankfully, these ghosts not doing too much damage.
Looks like Zworm's not checking the Pandorite chest.
Sonny Wrath's got it. Unfortunately, though, that is actually technically a different chest, so they actually have to wait to get it proper. Sonny Wrath is now facing off with Magic Koopa. This Belome location not too serious. Mario gets kind of mangled there in the code. There's one thing to keep an eye on. Is kind of the game isn't designed to have other characters using their weapons, so it kind of compensates by switching palette swaps and Bowser items. Definitely, Bowser weapons definitely in unintended places cause some issues.
They're the worst offenders from what I've seen.
All right, and Kulex proving not to be the easiest thing for Raynolin there.
Yeah, looks like
opting out of the Star Egg, going for the Drill Claws, is doing 54 more damage. It's a matter of, can they survive the heat? As we get Sinos there with the fun randomized boss music, as we get to listen to that minecart theme while we battle off with Earthlink here. Oh, and that's a Petal Blizzard from Kulex there. Stuck in a mushroom for 3 turns.
It seems like Bowser's defense is so crazy right now. I don't think it really matters. I think that's why Reyna elected just to leave Mario down.
Well, or they haven't found the pick-me-ups, and unfortunately, that's the death. That blast a little too much, as Sonny Wrath is now making their Kulex attempt. I am matter, I am antimatter, and I'm going to be blocking you guys from doing this fight as much as I can.
Oh, the sandstorm. Oh, I guess it has the scarecrow effect.
Yeah, we do have the fake out flag, so the status effects can be interesting. And we have another Kulex attempt for Raynolin, just electing to go through it again. It's interesting though to see both the first 2 characters both with Geno boost. Be really curious to see where Group Hug may fall in the future. Group Hug being another one of those big spells. Is not only does it heal, and just check out the damage from Geno there with that Drill Claw.
Just insane.
As we get some sticky glove action there on Swarm's side. We'll see if our runner decides to make it through as we're doing some inventory management, Sinos, doing some shopping in Seaside Town, and that's something you don't really like seeing is Boulder, but they managed to survive. Here comes Shredder, so that's the end of the Geno boosts. Sonny Wrath just gunning through, not doing a whole lot there on that turn. And we have Swarm still making their now making their way deeper into getting their Geno. Does have their star piece though.
It's true. I wonder if Swarm's after gonna go and try to do the Cool X fight too.
See, I can't remember if they've been to Bandit's Way or not at this moment. So 2 crystals down for Raina Lynn right now. Sonny Wrath still trying to fight the way through, and that's the end of Cool X. Once Cool X is down, all you have to do is defend, and his crystals pop away, and we get the Final Fantasy IV victory music. And that's the end of the fight, and all this, and no star piece.
No star piece after all that suffering from Cool X.
And that's Cool X down for Raina Lynn as well. All right, so Sinos is electing to make their way into the Forest Maze. Going to see what is in Geno's location for characters. Taking an Amanita encounter, unfortunately.
Looks like Sonny's doing the same thing, checking out the forest as well.
Thankfully, whatever Geno's wearing is rendering them immune to the mushroom status from the Spore Assist cast there. As we're getting an Earthling fight for Swarm, Raina Lynn making their way into the Hero Sewers, going to be finding their first star piece momentarily in the Pandorite location. Just a reminder, we are still raising money for the Bail Project here. Get those donations in. We still have incentives to be met. But the final still needs to. If you want to see more stuff in the final, actually, it looks like that incentive's been met. But still, let's get some of this money in here.
Yeah, it's all for a good cause.
The Bail Project is a charity group that helps disrupt the mass incarceration by helping dispel the use of excessive bail to hold individuals in jail pre-trial. Check out the link in chat for more information on what the Bail Project does.
All right, we have Sinus and Sonny both going into the maze now.
And it looks like Sinos has elected to go to the Forest Maze Secret, while Sonny Wrath is elected to skip it, and that's Countdown!
Oh boy. I didn't see what spells Peach has.
Well, it's 1 o'clock. Time to play. Crystal's coming down. As I just was to see a psychopath pickup on Mario there. On Raina Lynn's screen. Looks like at least we have a jump attack there on Peach.
And Geno Flash as well.
And Peach is unfortunately kissing the floor for Sonny Wrath here as the bits that used to be Mario ready their next attack. All right, both the dinglings are down for Sonny Wrath. Now just a clock face to go, and we get Peach character, and that's the end of Countdown for Sonny Wrath.
That seemed like it was going to be a lot more scary than it was. I'm glad that was kind of quick for them.
It's a fairly physical location, and a lot of Countdown's shenanigans or spells. Toadstool does join the party, but we do not get a star piece. Sonny Wrath is electing to head back into town. Gonna pick up the the frog coin and the couple flower flower points here. Now he hasn't. It's actually it might be their first visit to Rosetown here. Go ahead and making their shop sweep and picking up their secret items. Randomizer trying to make their way out of this encounter. Lots of echo finders coming through from these enemies. As Worm is taking on their Birdo fight. Is Kulaks part of the rando? Absolutely. Mac the Knife was Kulaks for this fight, for this seed.
Yeah, and how many of them have Kulaks? Is it just Sonny still?
Both Sonny and Reina made that kill.
So it looks like Zworm's probably going to be running into Kulaks very shortly.
Oh, they will be able to take that. So we're getting some decent equips on Peach. It looks like we're heading into Moleville for Sinos. Going to check in the shop, see if they decide to make the dive into the mine. It looks like Sonnyrath is heading there now. We haven't seen the Bambino Bomb, but I imagine that Sonnyrath is hoping for a vanilla Bambino Bomb here so they can clear out everything here. Go ahead, elect and fight the crooks to see what free items they get for these fights. These could be rock candies, they could be mushrooms. We don't know what they're going to be.
Let's see. An ice bomb.
Ice bombs.
Okay.
I imagine Sonnyrath is now going to go ahead and make their way through those through these fights and picking up as many ice bombs as they can. As we're getting some shopping selections here by Sinos. So listen to that nice Mary Moore theme. Actually, I got my themes mixed up, I think. But then that's look at that attack scarf and quartz charm equips. All right, and here comes Zworm's Kulaks fight. It's actually liberated Rosetown theme.
And it looks like
I
the
will
Axum Rangers
consume
are in
you.
the Krakow fight.
That's... Seeing Breaker being this early kind of terrifying. So right now, just to kind of give an idea of where we're at right now, all of our runners just about at 1 star. Runners have one of the 6-star pieces. They've picked up 1 character. In 2 of our runners' cases, 2 characters. The goal of trying to find all 6-star pieces and build up your XP. You know, there's a lot of routing divergence allowed in this. Just whatever you think that you can handle with your current experience. And those ice bombs from those flunkies coming in kind of handy there for Sonny, though 2 of them are immune to ice. So you get some more forest encounters from Randomizer. Zworm is now going to be getting their bad news about Kulaks momentarily. Let's go ahead and barge right in there and go, I am anti-matter, but I'm going to kick your behind. Ooh, wait, we have a max skip complete. Zworm, they're pulling off an excellent max skip. That still works, so sacrificing the experience for the location, but does get to check for the star piece without actually having to fight Kulaks.
Maybe in his heart he knew something bad was waiting there for him that he wanted no part of.
Oh, you can see Kulaks in the overworld, so he's like, I'm just gonna skip this fight.
Can't blame him. Can't blame him one bit.
I mean, kind of get a doge jump there from Sinos. Unfortunately, not to be. Oh, there it is. It is, unfortunately, all that for a signal ring.
He looked cool.
It certainly did look cool. Meanwhile, Sonny Wrath still trying to make their way through the Axum Rangers. Now on the turret head, and that's done. Crocodile 2 location done. We'll see what the key item is there after we get some... just a snowy attack.
The Bambino Bomb.
So we get a vanilla bomb that locks out quite a bit of the game as we're seeing the countdown fight for Raina Lin. So now, Sonny Wrath will be able to finish out the mine, see what's in the James Bomb or Punchinella location. Unfortunately, hopping on the top of those bombs there is we see that Zorm is making their way through the forest maze to have their date with Countdown, as we have Birdo going down for Sinas. As we're getting an ultra jump pickup there from Gino. So we still haven't seen group hug from any of our party. We do have 2 Gino boosts, which is outstanding.
Definitely gonna make a lot of fights really simple here. And it looks and Sinus is gonna go and get some bad news, unless he's a baller too and goes for the max skip.
I could say it is. I do see the potential there. As we're going to see that Punchinello is Jinx, but which Jinx are we going to see? There are 3 Jinx fights, and that looked like a 2 or a 3. Here comes Bombs Away. Nice block on the Bombs Away. That's Jinx 3.
Ooh.
The toughest of the fights. Punchinello has a fair amount of HP. Good time block on the Quicksilver by Sonny Wrath. Really flexing their skill here. All right, and there's half HP as we get the Valor up. So that defense has been doubled. Here comes another Quicksilver. I'm gonna get the miss.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Sinos is now going to be attempting their Kulaks fight. Here comes the Vigor up. So now Jinx will be doing double damage if it manages to land any of its attack. But Sonny's been really good with those blocks. Another one. Perfect block Quicksilver. And that's the end of number 3. So that'll be another character for Sonny Wrath once they complete the minecart minigame.
Did Sonny get hit once in that fight?
And we have Bowser joining. So now we get to this awesome little cutscene of Bowser and Mario riding in a minecart together.
And it's just nice to see, you know, old hatreds burn out and blossom into a friendship.
Hooray! Let's go for a ride. And unfortunately, we can't hit them, but they're definitely, but as you can see in their import display, they're really blowing that horn for us.
He's warm on Countdown. Almost looking like he's having a rough time.
Definitely want to take the dinglings out of this. It looks like now it should be not too much more of a worry for them. It's time for a mega recover on the clock face.
And then in one hit, we just get rid of everything they recovered.
And that's the end of Countdown there. Sinas did with the experience dumping, or the experience boosting that they did, had a little bit of an easier time with Kulaks there. Sonny Wrath making good time through the minecart thus far. Will we see a sub 2?
Probably. Sonny's just been flexing this entire run so far, so a sub 2 minecart, why not? Just keep going.
Unfortunately, getting hung up there on one of the rails will slow them down a bit as Raina Lin is picking up their free ice bombs. Some inventory management done on Zworm's new toadstool. We'll see how good this Bowser is as we get the Axum Rangers fight from Sinas here, so we get to listen to that baller Smithy theme once again. Like I said, not a bad track in this game.
Exactly. Personally, I think the last Smithy one, I think might be like the best. It just feels epic and grand. It feels like the end of your adventure.
And what an adventure is now we get a full that Petal Blizzard followed by a Meteor Blast here. I'm not doing too much damage, but definitely Sinnoh's losing some time here on this Axe and Rangers fight, as all they can do is kind of spore and wait, as you do with mushrooms.
Absolutely. We see Rana doing the Rangers fight too. I wonder how... It's kind of nice to be able to see two of them in the same fight at the same time, just to see how they approach it.
Meanwhile, so you see Swarms making their way through the sea, picking up some experience, and that's a 218.91 for Sonny Wrath in the minecart minigame. So with that, we have Bowser unlocked for Sonny Wrath here. I'm gonna go ahead and elect this, check the shop, see what if anything they want to pick up. See if maybe something goes for Bowser. Look at that Sonic symbol there with minus speed but 79 attack. Not a lot of extra equipment on Sonny Wrath's side to spread amongst their characters.
You know, getting rid of the fright bombs. What's he trying to buy?
As we see some weapon sales going on Swarm's side as we're fighting our way through the Axe and Rangers on the top of your screens. Bowser must not have been too much to Sonny's liking, or maybe just electing to just tunnel into the characters they have, as Sonny's going to head into Booster Tower. As we got Swarm, who took their tenor card to check out what they might find there.
Sinus is still plugging away at the Axum Rangers there.
I mean, well, Swarm electing to check one of those little uncommonly checked locations, talking back to Raz there for an extra item. Interesting that none of these players, when they were checking, did to get the free item after spending the night at the Rosetown Inn. That's the end of the Axum Rangers for Sinnoh. Got the Bambino Bomb, no star piece. So far, only one found, but we'll see if maybe Sonny Wrath, who's blazing some... should be able to win a fight that'll blaze new grounds here to see what they can do. As that's the tenor card there, and that fun little glitch with picking up the key item in that room.
Oh, I love that.
They're getting some experience star action from Sinnoh there.
Reyna going through the Jinx 3 fight now, too.
Let's see how they execute their time blocks. Comes the triple kick. An imperfect block. We're not doing too much damage at this point. Thankfully, they found some good defensive items along the way. Although we'll have to be wary of the one-hit KO attacks. Alright, we're a little more than halfway through the fight as we get the Valor upcast. As we get the Geno Blast dropped there by Sonny Wrath. As we get some more minecart music to get us way through this fight. Sonny Wrath picking up a flag there. So far on the tracker, only showing 2, though. Looks like all three of the flags are on the field. So, the Musty Fears item is in play now. But maybe a while till we get a march to jump. And there's the You Missed chest.
Wait, does that chest just kill you?
No, it just makes you fall down. And you go,
okay.
and then you shake it off, and you continue on. It's normally hidden in the forest maze. In the underground of the second stump on the left.
Ah, okay.
Normally it just goes, you missed, and you smack the ground, shake it off, and continue on. There has been a scene I've played where the chests didn't really give a lot of items, and just like 70% of the chests were just you missed. That scene was brutal, and it broke me. All right, so now we're going to get a look at Bowser just as HP Ram and Ultra Flame. As we're playing Peekaboo on Sonic Wrath's screen. He did elect to do some of the more amusing tricks with the Peekaboo game. See a little bit of Mario's nose sticking out there.
I love it.
Add chest that kills you. Shout outs to the development team here. I do love that little thing where, because of the angle, looks like Mario's nose is exposed, when really to the characters, in the world it's not. Thanks to that isometric angle that we have here.
Looks like Sinus is making pretty good time through the minecart as well.
We'll see where they finish. I've been tracking to see who has the fastest minecart. And it looks to... Are we looking at... So we're looking at the Knife Guy, Great Guy coming inside from their spot on the balcony.
Maybe it was chilly.
Well, we'll have to see in a moment who takes the place. Good execution on Zworm's side to get deeper into the things. The You Missed chest Simbai was the bottom of the two chests next to the outside of Booster's room. The bottom of the two chests that are stacked. Nice little bit of minecarts on top of the screen. That's the bottom. In the bottom left, Zworm taking on their Jinx 3 fight, doing massive damage. There comes the bombs away. Not doing too much. And as Great Guy falls on Sonic Wrath, we'll see if we get another star piece.
There must be one up here. We haven't seen like any stars so far.
And we get a flower box drop. Nice bit of flower points or money if they elect to. And that's star piece number 2 at the booster location. All right, we're gonna head outside and find Balloon 1. Not a fight you're too worried about, as Sonic Wrath just absolutely doing massive damage at this point.
Just tearing through them. Why not?
And Peach just doesn't seem to do enough for them, so just go ahead and just dig the defend and mow some face. Goodness is good. He did elect to go for Scarecrow Funk as opposed to going to eat and clone somebody.
That was quick, efficient.
All right, and down goes Knife Guy, Great Guy. Gonna be teleported to the bottom of Booster Tower, and we'll see if there's 2 star pieces here or just 1. And we come out. All right, so just 1 star piece there, but that makes Sonic Wrath our first runner with multiple star pieces. And now we're gonna see, having completed the minecart minigame, we're now able to do the second song for Todovsky and get another key item. The other major key item missing here being Castle Key 2 to be able to finish out the game. And that's just a cricket jam. If you want some frog coins, they could take it to Frog Fuchsius right now. We'll see if they elect to do so. Oh, thought about it. Like, yeah, I might as well get my free money.
Why not?
All right, and it looks like Sonic Wrath is going to go ahead and check our final character location. And we've got Mac the Knife in the cake spot. You can
Ooh.
see the boss will be revealed when you go into the basement and see the cake, as we get a reminder that Knife Guy Great Guy is in place of our buddy Booster, and Mallow getting married to Great Guy. Not exactly a match made in heaven.
But at the end of the day, you just gotta follow your heart. Maybe that's what it told them.
As the Sniffets giving Sonny Wrath a time here. Sniffet number 1 just not cooperating. All right, here we go. Mac the Knife in the cake location. Fair amount of magic in this space, so there could be some threats. We'll see how much fire resistance is in their equipment.
I was thinking, I was like, Mac has a lot of spells, but
all right, and we're gonna get the Geno flash here. Love that animation.
it's so great.
All right, and we're gonna get the cake fight here. And there, unfortunately, Raynolin going for that hammer location, missing the jump there. All right, that's minecart minigames done for everyone. All right, and down goes Mac the Knife for Sonny Wrath. Gonna make their selections on their bonuses. As Dinah and Might have been reunited on Zorm's screen. All right, we have Mallow in the party. All of our characters are now available. Yes, for those asking, why is Mario blue? Well, there is a palette swap flag enabled, which allows for all of our characters to have slightly different palettes when they're not mangled by a Bowser attack happening next to them.
And we got the Star Hill check out of Sonny. I thought he already checked it, but I guess not.
Well, one of the runners that hadn't been there yet, unfortunately, just gonna be wasting a little bit of time. So Sonny Wrath in probably the best position with the most fights completed up to this point. Yes, Green Princess. You can even get Waluigi as Mario. Yes, unfortunately, none of those great community-submitted wishes will be read today. At least in this race. Maybe in the final we can convince them to read one.
Future incentive.
Drinking incentives, both of them were met, but we are still collecting donations for the Bail Project. Please feel free to help support a great cause. The Bail Project is a charity group that helps disrupt mass incarceration by helping dispel the use of excessive bail to hold individuals in jail pre-trial. Check out the website link for more information on how they do. And that is quite the encounter there with the Sackets and the Bandana Reds.
They
Nice
just
little-
kind of look like a group that want to hang out. Like, they like to accessorize together to match, but not too closely, you know?
Copy my work, but don't make it too close.
Exactly.
Alright, Marymore shop check by Sinos. We'll see where they elect to go to next. They're gonna go ahead and make their booster tower climb. And pick up their star piece number 2 from the Knife Guy Great Guy fight at the booster location, which is what Swarm and Raynolin are about to do. Or in the middle of. Alright, and Sonny Wrath is making the dip into the sea. Probably my favorite section of the vanilla game. Lots of item.
No, you go ahead.
Lots of item locations. We're going to be skipping most of the really cool puzzles. As the answer isn't randomized. It's pearls. As you were.
I was just gonna say, I remember fighting Johnny for the first time when I was like 12 years old, and I was like, okay, logic says I should just kill all the fish one by one, and then I'll fight Johnny. If he's by himself, he can't be that hard, right?
Oh, but are you wrong? Because if you take out the bandanas, he faces whoever is in the first slot one-on-one. So you can move. You can in the randomizer move your party around. So say if you know you've got a Valentina fight, you could put your strongest member in the center, because that's always gonna be the center character that gets pulled with that one-on-one with Dodo.
Yeah, he 1v1 me, and it wasn't pretty.
I'm pretty sure we all had that moment growing up. All right, and we'll see what is in the squid location. Sonny Wrath taking advantage of that full heal there. The answer is not pears. There we go.
There we go.
And it is a Jinx with a hilarious amount of HP. Thankfully, just Jinx won, so this is just going to take a long time.
What a combo.
We're just going to see a lot of Jinx attacking and slowly waiting for it to die. And as Sinos confirms their final flag in here, fortunately the room key wasn't found in time. I doubt anyone's going to dive back to see what's in that room. As Zwarm is going to make their way in and face their cake fight. Mario reaching level 10 for Raynolin.
Sinus finding that you missed box, just hitting it a few more times for good measure to show off he actually didn't miss. I respect that.
As we get the... Alright, so Sinos is going to start their peekaboo game. Raynolin fighting Balloon 1 outside. As, yep, Jinx is still there for Sonny Wrath. Wish I could remember the total HP that slot has. Perhaps our developers out in chat will divulge that information for me.
It seems like a crazy amount. It seems so crazy. It's been like, what, like 5, 6, 7 turns now?
Yeah, lots of tentacles, all the tentacle HP and the HP of the blooper all pooled together to make one very beefy Jinx. So we get a knife guy, great cut clear from Sinos. Bellum's about to go down. It's about 2,300 HP.
Wow.
Just a lot of Peach just kind of existing there and triple kicks happening.
Yep. Looks like Zwarm just finished off Mac as well in the cake spot.
Gonna have their cake and Mallow too. Alright, and finally Jinx 1 is down for Sonny Wrath. Shoutouts to the runners, by the way. Sinos, Raynolin, Zwarm, and Sonny Wrath. Shoot those guys a follow. Want to see more of this stuff, and I imagine they do a fair amount. Also, we are in the middle of doing the Tournaments of Hope that benefits the Bale Project. Check out that website link if you want to see more information on all of this. But unfortunately, no star piece to be found there in that first slot, but two more bosses to face off down here, as we have to face off against Hydon as well as Johnny, of course.
It's like Zwarm's taking the plunge as well now.
Oh yes, the mirror room. Lots of, honestly, such an entertaining section of the game. Just with all these puzzle solving and just weird tricks, and that was a lot of pick-me-ups I just saw in Raynolin's inventory.
It looked like 1.5 pages. Or no, just like almost a whole page, sorry.
Alright, so we've got Croco here. In the Hydon location. Not too terrifying, just kind of slow, and he's dead.
Just like that.
Picking up a true form pin, but no star pieces as of yet. One more fight left to go down here. For a little bit more platforming and moving. Got some shopping going on the Raina Lin screen. Zwarb is struggling to stay awake against the Jinx 1 fight. As we get the single fish encounter. Didn't get the runaway, so just, okay, I'll just smack it. Alright, that's out of Seaside Town for Sinos. I actually decided to go back in. Thinks they missed something. Oh, we're gonna get our first fight against Valentina here in the Yared spot. Wait, electing to have Gino taken away in the one-on-one against Dodo. That's the end of the first Bandana Reds.
Great block from Sinus on the multi-strike, too. That's like such a weird move to time if you don't have it down, it's super weird.
Absolutely. But the Gino, not too worried about having to do the one-on-one, but I think it's just blocking the fair amount of damage you can get out of that spot. Now Valentina bouncing her way through this fight as more bandanas go down on Sonira's screen. Mac the Knife is being faced off as a cake in Raina Lin's world. And that's another bandana fight down for Sonirath. Dodo has come back with Gino, and we should be done with this fight pretty quickly. We have good amount of physical damage coming out of these runners. I missed the multi-strike block there, and Mario's kissing the dirt.
It's crucial. It's a devastating move.
And as we see, one of the three axes in Johnny's spot. Thought about going for the pick-me-up. Just elects to go for the damage there, and that's the end of Valentina. Making their selections, and Sonirath elects to terrorize all of the enemies to reduce their damage, and that's a star piece in the Yuridovich spot, and that's Sinos, our first halfway through theirs, and that's the room key. I don't think we're gonna go back to see what's inside of it. Doing a double check on their, looks like Sinos thinking about going to Nimbus Land, but wanted to see their key item situation before doing so.
Looks like Sinus decided to take the plunge into the sea as well. I guess we're going to find out very shortly what's in there.
Yeah, see if we're going to see if this is a worthy play or not. Electing to skip it could end up saving someone like Raina Lin time if they elect to avoid it. Skipping the experience challenge there, not wanting to test their luck.
Oh, what did Mallow know there? Mallow knows Fire Orb. I didn't see the other two spells.
Disappointment, usually.
Poor Mallow. Even in Randomizer, sometimes he doesn't get his chance.
A character like this kind of wasted by not a whole lot going on. And unfortunately, the sea coming up dry, honestly. It looks like Sonirath is gonna. I imagine Sonirath is probably gonna save here and go and just take care of the Yared location, and we'll pick up their third. And just look at that. Look at that dream equipment there with those names that you wouldn't expect. Some of the names you expect to see, and some of them you wouldn't.
Just amazing. Where do you think he's gonna go next? Do you think he'll dip into try to go to the end of the Barrel Volcano?
I don't actually. I know we've seen what's in the Castle Key 1 location, but I forget what it was.
Yeah, that was like super early.
as we're seeing some of these equips happen, as we have to listen to lots of Kulex music, lots of the Final Fantasy music here on Synos' screen as they kind of make their way through Jinxed. Saudi Wrath doing some shopping.
A couple great names. A couple great named items. Had to check them out.
Doing some money management. Seeing some Kiro Colas. Not a bad pickup, seeing as we have not seen the... As we have not yet seen Group Hug. And Sonya's going to go ahead and pick up their third star piece here, likely, with after they take care of Valentina. Zorm is making their way through the sea as Raynalyn now entering Seaside Town, being the first to visit Frog Fuchsia's student. That Warfan 38 with the boost on attack. Nothing in this shop screams, I gotta have it, unfortunately. For Frog Fuchsia's student, no frog coins today. Alright, and Raynalyn just opening up the shed, letting everybody out. Gonna go ahead and check through the shops. Zorm almost done in the sea. Sonny Wrath now facing off against Valentina. Compared to the items they're already carrying, unfortunately, that's not enough for that Warfan to be worth doing some Wiggler jumps.
Not yet, but I'd love to see them do it.
I'd imagine at this, if you're going to go for frog coin farming, you're probably going to be trying to do the Koopa Troop thing, where you jump up the cliff fast.
Mm. Absolutely.
Alright, so Sonny is done with the Yared spot. We'll pick up star piece number 3.
And where to next, I wonder?
Still our runner with the most boss clears. That's the room key, huh? We're not going back to Booster Tower anytime soon. Alright, we'll see where Sonny's off to. Looks like they're heading into Monster Town. Are we gonna see a dojo check? No, we're gonna see a changed. We're gonna see a changed mind. Wanted to go through Land's End first.
Nailed the jump.
Some money picked up on Synos. One of these days, I'll figure out how to not suck at that room. Unfortunately, missed the jump timing there on that flower. We'll have to get out of the way of that bee as we get to double Valentina fights on the left half of your screen.
Absolutely. I think those specific bees might be some of the most annoying enemies in the game because they're just so slow and there's nothing you can really do to get them out of the way except kill them.
Or wait.
Yeah.
Depending on, I imagine a lot of these mob encounters won't be that scary at this point for any of our runners, given their equipment is fairly decent. At this point, you're really just trying to balance out, just having enough experience to not take too big of a hits. But most of all these mobs go down in one hit, getting the shysters in with the ants here. Unfortunately, Toadstool kissing the floor on Raynalyn's screen.
Yeah, that was just a pretty low health too.
As we're seeing some Star Egg casts from Synos here trying to take care of the bandanas. I like that strategy, actually. Geno boost into Star Egg just to clear them all out without having to use their flower points.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Reina's having some difficulty, it looks like. Just some bad luck.
We get the Ice Mist, but unfortunately, Dodo taking the big chunk out of him. Also gonna rewind the clock a fair... Might rewind the clock a fair amount for Reina Lynn.
Yeah, that's before Mac. Oh, there's Gunyoke.
Meanwhile, we've got Swarm facing off against Gunyoke in the dojo.
Well, that was pretty quick.
So for those curious, there are two possible locations, or two possible fights for star pieces in the dojo, and that's on the first fight and the final Jinx. And not to be discounted, taking a death threat there gonna be a kind of a big hit for Reina Lynn. It's a lot of experience and time lost. It's why you have to balance out the risk reward of taking the time loss for saving, but if something happens, the time loss from not saving can be more significant.
Absolutely, and saving in this game usually isn't more than a few seconds.
Now, it would benefit Reina Lynn if they could avoid going into the sunken ship. Is they could gain a fair amount of time back by avoiding it, but being down in XP, but could elect to abuse some XP here. Abuse some XP here.
Absolutely. We'll see what Reina does here in a minute.
You know, Swarm's in Bean Valley. Gonna be doing some things here. Interesting decision to head to where they are.
All right, Swarm, what's down the tube? Show us.
And go ahead and do it. Doing the little bit of abuse there, you can actually save to keep the flower gone. I think they might be going for rock candies. Oh, they're gonna try the boss spot there, and that's Exor.
Oof.
I do believe we have a Geno Whirl on Mario, if I remember correctly, or I might be mixing seeds at this point. Yeah, I'm mixing seeds. So no one-shot available. Thankfully, it's not in the flower spot with much more XP.
Ooh. Poor Geno. He didn't stand a chance.
As long as that right eye stays down for a bit longer. Zor, I'm doing your best to try to power through this fight, but the heaviest hitter is down.
Ooh. Oh, the miss on Peach. You love to see it.
Well, Sinos not getting a star piece from the first fight of the dojo. See if they elect to go further in. All right, we're gonna face off Jinx 1 location. Well, his fight's just like one off there from Jaeger.
All right, I'm watching Zorm. I want to see what happens here.
And we got Mallow hitting 12 there in the dojo for Sinos. Looks like the Star Shuffle coming in to get us there on Sony Rest Screen. Gonna have to fight their way through these dogs to get to where they want to go. That's Bellome 2 and Jinx 2 there. And no star piece there on Zwarm's screen, but Diz did make it through that Exor fight. And is going to save so they don't have to deal with that again if they want the X.
Absolutely. Okay. Can't blame them for not wanting to do that twice.
All right, and we have the beefiest box boy you've ever seen. Box Boy just kind of moving over to their neighbor's spot at the Mega Smilax location.
Oh, and he spawns things too.
All right, and we got the experience star there for Sonny Wrath in there. Doing a good job getting most of these geckos here. Nice bit of XP boost for Sonny Wrath. All right, the Balloon clones are down for Sinos. We'll see what the Jinx 3 fight ends up being, and if there's a star piece for all these fights.
Absolutely, looks like Reina started that Jinx 3 fight on the squid. So, 5 minutes from now, we'll see her finish this scene.
And looks like we have Jinx 2 at Jinx 3. Because reasons.
Numbers are hard. Who wants to do them on a Saturday night?
All right, if you want to see these two of these runners, whoever wins this, have to fight the Kulex location next scene. We need to get some donations in, so help us raise some more money for the Bail Project and get more SMRPG rando action.
Looks like we got the cake on the Balloon 2 fight too.
We're gonna have so. I wonder how Balloon would think the cake tastes.
Well, he thinks Mario tastes sour, right? Or is that Bowser?
No, Bowser is repulsive or disgusting.
Okay, so Bowser's repulsive, Mario's sour. I'm thinking he might think the cake tastes like chicken.
Makes as much sense as anything else.
Exactly.
I mean, Toadstool does taste peachy. All right. And that's Mega Smilax down, and that's Castle Key 2 for Swarm. Oh. Swarm accidentally hitting the watering Shy Guy there.
It's a minor setback.
Thankfully able to run away. You don't want to take out that Shy Guy, because if you kill him, you can't get through. And we do have the Bright Card Warp enabled. I do think we said I do believe we saw that Bright Card. I could be mistaken. I think I might be mistaken. I got another attack scarf pickup there for Sinos, as Raynolin still fighting Jinx.
All right, the cake is down. Swarm going to checking out Nimbus Land, seeing what's in the clouds.
All right, and meanwhile, Sinos, not a lot paying off there for the dojo, but Balloon 2 having star piece number 4. Sonny Wrath only has 2 left.
2 left. So he hasn't checked the back of the volcano yet. And where's another likely spot we could see the last star? Or the last 2 stars, maybe.
I'm gonna say Axum Rangers to make them have to do the most.
Oh, I like that. Just the right amount of sinister.
Or just or put it on Boomer. So you have to do all of Bowser's Keep.
Just
Bowser
all
Keep
of it.
in play. All right, Sonny Wrath facing off against the thing I forgot the name of because I'm tired.
Yo.
And we have another race after this, folks. Strap in.
Yeah. We're just getting started right now. This is just a warm-up.
Yep, this is a 4-person tournament. The top 2 runners from this race will move on to the following race. That'll be even harder. right, so we're making our way through the castle on Swarm's side. We'll be the first runner that's able to do all the fights here, as we see that the manager is hanging out with the egg. Meanwhile, Sinos fighting off against the Exor, and Sonny Wrath clearing through the dojo to be disappointed with what they find.
It wouldn't be a good randomizer race without just that little bit of disappointment after putting a lot of time into it.
So, all things considered, these were not the worst fights to see here. Honestly, Jaeger, Jinx 2, not that bad. As we're seeing some Star Egg use on Swarm screens to clear out the hammers. As Exor casts its magic.
I like that the hammers attack by throwing hammers too. Like, isn't that their people?
Just throwing babies like a Dragapult. All right, Johnny, it's your time. Go get him. All right, there's the fertilizer found by Swarm. So now, the locations for the lazy shell are in play. We'll see if anyone decides to sit through that long cutscene. Definitely good things to keep in mind here as we just try to figure out what we've got left for locations. A lot of locations are missing. We're being Bowser's Keep, Nimbus Land, and the ship. The ship, all those have 3 stars in case you get all 3, and may not always happen, unfortunately. As we see, Swarm is making their way through the castle to see. We'll see if anything in here happens to have our star pieces we're looking for.
Swarm 1,000,000% thought he was picking up a superstar there.
Unfortunately, not the case. So yeah, oh boy.
He was just betrayed by the randomizer.
But does give them a chance to check the Dodo fight. As we're seeing a fight against as we're fighting off against the box on Sinos' screen, Sonny Wrath having taken care of dispatched an enemy. We have Kurako 1 up top for Reina. And we get a chunky bird with a ill-fitting helmet in the bottom left.
It's for the style, though. It looks good on him.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate those small little details of the helmet covering his eyes when he goes to peck. That's why he can't see you jumping.
I never noticed that.
It wasn't until I hit the page pointed it out, and one of the things she was commentating on.
I just assumed he was a big dumb bird. I don't know.
I mean, he is a dodo after all.
It's true. They're extinct for a reason, I assume.
As we wait for the second castle key to fall on Sinos' screen, Sonny Wrath still training in the dojo. And finally, Jinx went down for Reina Lynn.
Yeah, that Jinx fight in that spot is insane. It's absolutely insane. I can't believe how long it took. It took everyone a long time to do it. I can't believe that. It's so crazy to me.
Well, Sinos is waiting very impatiently for the shyster to come over and open up that pipe for them.
And this Dodo fight for Swarm's taken a while too. I've just realized I've been looking at this for a while now.
For those of you curious, well, why are we going to Great Guy's Casino? Well, the reason for that is a recent addition to the randomizer, which is the Bright Card Warp. Basically, if you have access to the casino and you have all your required star pieces, you can warp directly to Smithy from Great Guy's Casino. And that'll save you having to go through the factory.
Oof.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to go through the factory in the second race. If you all want to see the Kulex location fought next year, we need to get some more donations in for the Bail Project. It's raising money for a great cause. Just check out the link there in chat and head on over and raise more for the Tournaments of Hope. Don't forget, there is more stuff coming out through the entire month.
Now, what boss do you want to see on the Kulex location?
Let's see. What would be the scariest thing to see there?
Because it's a tough answer, right? Because you're kind of like, well, Kulex himself would be pretty scary, but
Let's throw Magic Koopa in there for giggles.
oh, I'm down. Let's.
Hilarious amounts of magical damage, but then he also, squishy.
Absolutely. And then
It could
he
be
brings
fun
in
to watch.
minions. Yeah, it'd be a great time.
Especially depending on what minions he brings. So he brings in the bomb, though. Potential for some shenanigans.
I love it. Let's see it happen.
Sonic Wrath fighting Exor. We were postulating in the second round if you unlock what the worst fight would be to face in the Kulex location. Or amusing one, anyway. Or how about this? How about the beefiest Hammer Brothers?
I was thinking that too, right? Like, wouldn't that just be fun? Just them just throwing hammers the size of Exor at you?
Just waiting, just having to patiently balance out a hilarious amount of HP.
Oh my goodness. So I assume then in that kind of a situation, they know their spells that they have, right? So in theory, they would know, like, what is it, Valor Up at one point?
I just think it would just be annoying.
Absolutely.
More than it would be scary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll just sit here and just kind of twiddle my thumbs. Eventually it'll die, right?
Eventually, yeah, it's gotta. I've hit it, it's 37 times now.
Alright, Birdo location done. Fertilizer unlocked for Sinos. Raynolin going for revenge against Valentina.
I definitely think Reyna saved this time, at the very least, so we don't have to worry about that.
Sonny Wrath waiting for the watering to happen here. As we're fighting off against Hydon, who's trying to take over the Nimbus land.
I mean, why not? They thought Mallow, the son of two of I don't know what they're called, but I'm gonna call them the fluffy people because they're fluffy, right?
They're clouds. They're cloud people.
Okay, so the cloud people. They thought a big dodo herd was Prince Mallow. If I'm like a green treasure box, I figure I probably got a chance too. Why not? Why not go for it?
Sonny Wrath waiting patiently for the flowers to happen.
Just so patient.
We have some interesting things happening there on Sinos' screen.
What I love on Swarm's screen right now is the Mario sprite. It's just like the corner of a sprite. Just nothing else but just a corner.
He's also dead.
This is also true.
He's dead and a square. Just like an edge. Lots of good stuff here happening. Welcome to those of you raiding in. This is a 4-person SMRPG randomizer tournament. The winner of this race, the top 2 finishers in this race will go on to the final. We're here raising money. We are here for Tournaments of Hope, raising money for the Bail Project. The Bail Project is a charity group that helps disrupt mass incarceration by helping dispel the use of excessive bail to hold individuals in jail pre-trial. For more information, check out the link in chat to see what they do. If you want to donate, go ahead and follow the link there too. We do have some incentives going. If you want to see the Kulek spot fought in this next race, we need about $40 more. It's an issue with the tracker, so let's get those donations in, and you say something fun, I might even read it on stream. So I challenge you to give me the most ridiculous, but, safe for stream things to say.
Absolutely. Find that nice middle ground.
Bring in the tongue twisters. Let's go. Write your haikus.
Oop, swarm's going into the volcano.
And we actually get an experience star this time. We have a fair amount of time. We can force this rule mid-race if we have to. At least I think we can, Simbai. I just found that the lava sound effect to be interesting. It's like
it doesn't make any sense.
It's like a cat.
Just an angry cat that you just woke up and are trying to bribe it with something it doesn't want.
Hey, look, a coin trick. All right, we got the nice skip there by Swarm, making our way through the volcano. Kind of a gamble here. It's a long investment for only two locations.
It's true, but if it pays off...
Leave the factory. My god, Senpai. You are a monster.
Oh, goodness.
Can you even... If you're that far, can you actually backpedal that far back? I have no idea. I assume so, because you suggested it.
It's just such a long walk out of the factory.
Alright, and Raina Lynn is heading into the secret into this odd location to pick up the Cricket Jam. At least the Cricket Jam location. Unfortunately, not getting a skip there on Swarm this time.
And
gonna have to take care of the Stumpet. Alright, we'll see where Sonny Wrath elects to go next, having been shut out there. I'm gonna head back and check the things hang out in the juice bar. Hey, look, the wallet. Wow,
amazing.
One frog coin for the world's worst frying pan. Also, I just realized the castle didn't have any star pieces, did it?
I don't think so, no.
Alright, so it looks like Sonny Wrath is heading to this location, hoping to find maybe the second castle key. Actually, they'll have another key item here, because they'll be into the Soprano card. Actually, just no real key item, no important key items left, as we have Sinos being our first to dip Bowser's Keep. Now we will only have to complete one door to move deeper into, but the doors are completely randomized, so they can end up in a battle door. It's just a lot of time. As we get to visit Hinapio on Zorm's screen. One of the more
Sign up.
interesting NPCs, if you ask me.
Oh, he definitely is. There's so many fun characters in this game that have just never been revisited. Like, I think Booster's one of the craziest characters that Smilex got
Yeah,
me.
that's the Mega Smilax in that location that's a thing.
Because I was just looking at Sonny's like stream like the whole time. I was just focused in on that and nothing else. And then I look down and I see a bunch of those little plant heads coming together to form a dragon, and it just got me. Just got me.
It is the ultimate floating Smilax head. It looks
Its
like we just
final
got
form.
we got a jumping challenge on Sinos's door. So not the worst thing to see.
No, the jumping puzzle is definitely one of the easier ones. I find with the memory one, it's like, I don't know. It's not so bad, but the jumping one is just like, okay, I'm this good at the game, I can get through it, no problem. Now he's got to fight. So, oh well.
Kind of love the Big Bertha enemy.
Mm. She means business.
As hum-de-da, hi-de-dum. We're watering a flower dragon.
Would Smilex on the Zardragon here be like... Seems like it'd be kind of scary, because it uses a lot of like abilities and stuff and spells. Kind of like the Zardragon, right?
It doesn't... honestly, the fight, to me, seems similar.
Hmm.
The threat, though, of this Petal Blast being something that you don't normally have to deal with, we get the miss on Peach.
Tough decisions here.
So we're fighting our way through more fight rooms on Sinas' screen.
Yeah, and we have Sonny going back into Booster's Tower.
Yeah, Sonny is checking so Knife Guy comes back and gives the key item. Normally gives you the bright card to get to the Great Guy's Casino. So if you want to get the bright card warp, you need the bright card. So checking the key item location. Unfortunately, just the rare frog coin, so we get a fetch quest. Take that to the shopkeeper in Mushroom Kingdom, and you get another key item. And it looks like he's just gonna go ahead and knock it out right away.
Why not, right? Why not, leave no stone unturned.
And that's the bright card!
Oh!
Sonny Wrath now has access to the instant warp to Smithy from Great Guy's Casino. But we still have star pieces to find. What an interesting location to just kind of be French vanilla, if you will, for that key item location. Is that lazy shell weapon? That's disappointing.
It is. Oh. Hate to see it.
It's like little resistances and like 3 attack for giggles. As we get the double miss from that Petal Blizzard that time. On Zorm's screen. This fight proving to be difficult given that Petal Blast, but that's the end of Mega Smilax for Swarm in the Zardragon location. Will this dive pay off here?
I'm excited to find out. Seems like such a game.
At this time, well, nothing on the Zardragon. Will we get something on the Axum Rangers location? More importantly, what boss is the Axum Rangers?
Oh, is it Yardovich?
The world's beefiest Yared, huh?
I love just the animations of when he does like that teleport thing, just seeing the toad teleport.
All right, so giant scary Yared fight here. Gonna have a fun amount of hit points to fight through.
But you know
Meanwhile,
what? He finally got his ride to show up on time for him.
yep, and Sinos now doing the Dr. Topper quiz. No, the ultimate enemy in this is definitely the Goomba.
My answer would have been the randomness to it. It's like the real enemy is just everything.
And unfortunately, balking on the quiz there. Go ahead and elect a different door, and here we see Dr. Topper's button puzzle. And absolutely acing that randomized puzzle. Well done.
Expert. Absolute expert on it.
And now, who wants to play 21? All right, so there's a Yared here not to be trifled with. Does have a fair amount of magic here. I just left this to be a fairly slow fight.
Yeah, Zorm doesn't seem to be taking too much damage so far, but you know, he's just got a lot of health. It's gonna be like that Jinx 3 fighter from earlier.
All right, and here comes the Mirage Attack. So, fun fact for those of you who may not know, when he goes into the Mirage Attack, the programmers left in kind of a problem where when you first open up, your cursor always defaults to the real Yared. It can be either or, but your cursor will always default to the real Yared. Not as clever as they thought they were, and honestly, Yared didn't put up too much of a fight.
No, that was just pretty smooth. Oh, the star piece on him too.
All right, so we have a required Axum Rangers here. Sonny Wrath currently burning time in the castle. And Swarm's heading into the castle now, into Bowser's Keep. All right, and Sinos through their random door here, fighting off against the clerk. Not too scary of a fight here. Sonny Wrath picking up the temple key and head burn their way forward. As we're fighting a cake in Ballone's temple for Raina Lynn. Bowser up to level 16 for Sinos. We're making through our XP very well. Hey, look, a super suit.
Another one.
Where is my super suit? Well, it's in Toadstool's ? In about 3 different stores. And unfortunately, it's not all that super.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when it gets mass-produced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's super.
The quality goes down.
Exactly. Exactly. Oof. Sinus almost making it through all the way there.
Interesting to see the stump it there in Bowser's Keep.
Swarm going through the jumping puzzle here. What did he find? 5 coins in that box. So helpful. So helpful at this point in your adventure. You're, into the final area. You're in Bowser's castle. You're taking the fight to Smithy, and you get 5 coins for your trouble. Boosters in Boomer's place. beautiful. And his squad of sniffets.
Is it appropriate here to say, well, okay, Booster?
I think so. I think I'd allow it.
All right, Sonic Wrath is in the barrel volcano. We'll find that star piece. So it looks like our final star piece is either here on Booster or on Exor. I don't think any other boss has been overlooked to this point.
No, I can't think of one either. So I
and
do
the
think
Kulix
you're
location was not included in this.
right. All right, Booster, hit him with the train, pal. Everyone wants to see it.
Oh, just a spritz bomb.
It's just not the same.
Still having our cake and eating it too on Raina Lynn's screen. Swarm fighting away through the battle doors. Sonic Wrath getting close to their fight in the location.
Oh,
there it is! Choo choo!
Choo choo. Oh my goodness! Right through Mario.
Yeah, it's 32 HP more than they had.
You know, we were asking for it, so.
All right, do we have to face Exor? Yes, we do. And it's the squid. Not much faster of a fight. When we do this, we'll see if we get some rock candy freebies there from Sinos. Hey! We got one. Though Sinos does still have 2 other star pieces to find. It has not. Only one of our runners has found the bright card here. Sonic Wrath, if no one else makes it back to Knife Guy to try to find that bright card, that puts Sonic Wrath at a significant advantage at this point.
I think so, because why would you go back up Booster's Tower really at this point in the game, except to kind of gamble on a thing like that? So I think you're right.
Unfortunately, the stump it skip mix there for Sonic Wrath. As good as say, we get the Jinx belt from the 3 Musty Fears, and that's honestly an okay Jinx belt.
Yeah, that looks pretty solid.
All right, that's the end of the squid, and that'll be star piece number 4 for Sinos. All right, number 4 for Sinos. We have 4 for Sonic Wrath, soon to be 5 once they get through the Axum Rangers fights. And boy, did we get a seed that really forced you to go just about everywhere.
It did. There's just no other spots left to check. So
unfortunately, the sunken ship being a waste, but forcing you to deep dive both Bowser Keep and Barrel Volcano for your star pieces.
Yeah, I love seeing that that dragon. Oh goodness,
that is the mega-est of Smile Axis.
Oh. That thing was fertilized on your fear, in fact, and that's why it grew to be so strong.
And don't forget, we have another race after this one. Stay tuned to get your donations in. We need about $40 more to hit the incentive to make these guys have to face the Kulix location in race number 2. As a reminder, the donations are benefiting the Bail Project. They're a charity group that helps disrupt mass incarceration by helping dispel the use of excessive bail to hold individuals in jail pre-trial. Check out that link in chat for more info on what exactly they do.
All right, we see Reina going to clear the dojo.
You're just moving up one spot in the dojo. So we're battling way through the battle doors with that tub of troopa hanging out there.
They are my favorite enemies in the game. They're just hanging out, and they're nice. They seem like what if Koopas could be from a place, those ones would be Canadian, because they're like, hey, I'm going to attack you next turn. Please be prepared. Thank you very much. And then they attack you the next turn after giving you a nice polite warning.
Yep, they're ready to launch.
Right.
All right, we get one miss on Petal Blizzard there for Sonny Wrath. Looking through their inventory, see if they anything to do more damage, but they're gonna elect for the rock candy there and try to get rid of the small heads.
Absolutely. Like right there, it's like, for me at least, it's like I kind of panic usually because I'm like, okay, I only have one dude who can do things. What do I do? The answer was rock candy here.
All right, we got these small heads taken care of. Firing off a drain there. Fire immune, though, for Mario, so not too terrifying.
Oh,
and Mario had Group Hug. I didn't see that spell learn. Somewhere along the line, that's a huge spell to have. So they have two Geno boosts and a Group Hug. But having a character with both Geno boost and Group Hug is really, honestly, the support you really want to see.
Absolutely. A tub of Troopa is like a sky manatee. Absolutely, that's a great comparison.
Just ready to have a good time.
Exactly, they're just hanging out. Not really doing anything. I can respect that.
We got the Star Crusher crabs there on Swarm's screen. Reina Lynn still fighting their way through the dojo.
Yeah, this balloon fight looks a little rough. I look over, I see Peach is asleep, and then Mario was mushroomed. Or shroomed.
So, fun fact, the clones here can be deleted with a pure water because for some reason they're classified as ghosts.
Oh wow! I never knew that.
Mm-hmm. So according to the developer, if you have a specific flag set, you instead of a pure water one-shotting them, it's actually the bright card. So if you could somehow use the bright card in value in battle, you just you earned it.
Absolutely. If you can manipulate the game in such a way, you deserve it.
All right, and we get to see another Mega Smilax in the fire there for Sinos, as Sonny Wrath is taking the fight to Yuridovich on the Axum Rangers vessel.
Absolutely. It doesn't seem like that fight's going to be too tricky. Again, he's just going to have a billion health, so it's going to take a minute.
I'm going to get to listen to some more of the that Final Fantasy IV music you normally see in the Kulaks fight here. The blade finally came for Yared, yes. So we're going to take a pratfall there on Swarm screen, having made it through the Bowser door, doing a little bit of party manipulation and going forward. Getting the Meteor Blast out of Yared. Swarm facing off against the Clerk in the Magic Koopa spot. As we're facing off at Jinx 2 at Jinx 3. Reina Lynn. Lots of boss battles. It's Super Mario RPG Randomizer.
Exactly.
Don't forget to give these runners a follow. Putting on a great show here. This is race 1 of 2. The top 2 finishers will be facing off in a 7-star race after this.
Yeah, this is just the warm-up. This one is like the easy one so they can get rolling a little bit.
As we're on a nigh hundo seed.
Oh.
And unfortunately, no misses for Sinos there. Just going to be waiting impatiently to stop being a mushroom.
And that's just the worst feeling. You're stuck. You can't do anything. You're a mushroom. You and your friends, you're all mushrooms.
As we get the recast there. We do get a miss. We get misses on the ends. But that's star piece number 5 for Sonny Wrath. We'll have to go to Bowser's Keep. Is the only runner currently holding the bright card?
And Sonny's thinking about it. He's like, where do I have to go now? Check just about everywhere's what's left. And he got there.
Going to Bowser's Keep. Didn't have the key. Had to think about his key item situation. Imagine if he had found Castle Key 1, perhaps he dives Nimbus Land. At this point, he's going to make the right play. So, right now, this race is Sonny Wrath's to lose. They're
Absolutely.
going to the correct location, though. Smithy could prove to be an equalizer if he's ill prepared for it. While the rest of the runners are looking at having to clear the factory, Sonny Wrath can go straight to Smithy.
Ooh, we picked a fight door first.
It's going to be a slow slog to get through here. Won't be too difficult, will just be time-consuming. Giving Sinos and Zorm a chance to pick up the star pieces that they need. Imagine it'd be interesting to see if any of them decide to go back to finish the fetch quest to pick up the bright card. As we get the awesome chase music here.
Again, just another great track. One of many in this game.
Got some inventory management on the side of Raina Lynn here. Swarm taking care of OK Booster. And Sonny Wrath fighting some bloopers inside Bowser's Keep. As we get the Axim Ranger, Yuridovich ship fight here from Sinos.
Oof. Love the Geno Flash. Love it every time. Just that little smiley face. Just so adorable. And then he murders you.
I'm Death, Destroyer of Worlds.
Okay. Just let me pet you.
Not actually the shop that Raina Lynn wanted. That was unfortunately the Musty Fears room. Does get the Troll Claw on Geno.
Look at
All right, another successful battle by Sonny Wrath. Yuridovich just kind of existing still, getting beat on.
Yeah, Sonny's characters are all around the level 18 mark at this point, so I think it's probably just kind of coasting at this point, as long as, he doesn't do anything wild and crazy. I think he's got this one.
I didn't see any red essences in play, but not sure how they're doing. Well, as we find the wallet and also in Bowser's Keep, as we get to do a little bit of a logic puzzle.
Imagine being the Toad that lost your wallet inside Bowser's Keep after the battle hallway.
It's just kind of sitting there. Somehow Croco stole it and dumped it there.
Exactly. Maybe it's that Toad who in the factory who brings you items to shop with. Maybe it's that same one.
All right. So we got Dreadbones, Goomba, Boo, and then Kip at the end.
Was that the Troopa pin? Alright, Swarm beating down the squid.
And Sinos going back towards Magic Koopa that he left behind oh so long ago.
Oh, I forgot about that. You're right.
Just trying to avoid the deep dives that we know he has to take.
And really, if you're Sinus in this situation, that just makes the most sense. You're like, okay, I left something kind of quick to check. I may as well before I go into the back of anything else.
And Swarm's got number 5, and they headed into Monster Town. Actually, they're gonna opt for Land's End here. Gonna try to get into Balome Temple. Let's see if Balome 2's got their final star piece. Unfortunately, we know they gotta head into Barrel Volcano.
You go right to the back of the ship, climb on it, make it theirs.
Alright, and Sonny Wrath is up to the next point in Bowser's Keep. Unfortunately, taking a thwomp squish and landing on one of those bullet bills. But just gonna go ahead and say, see ya.
Can't blame him. It's such a fantastic item to have at basically any point in this run.
Meanwhile, Raynolin opting not to go for the eye, but to go ahead and go for Xer's mouth. Fortunately, not the target that you need.
No, I was just trying to think because I'm unsure of what actually targeting his mouth does. I assume preventing it from attacking?
It would disable what the mouth does, which is a physical attack.
Okay.
Alright, as OK Booster is being fought by making their way through Land's End. Swarm a little bit ahead of them in Land's End. Multi-target spells. Okay. I know bad things. Alright, Exor's down. Fortunately, not what Raynolin was hoping to find in Bean Valley.
Well, looks like Sonny's having a bit of a mushroom problem. Bit of a fungi problem early on in the booster fight.
Interesting to see that Raynolin dips the box and elects not to go for the Mega Smilax location.
I mean, knowing what we know, that's a huge brain play. But I don't know.
Now opting to do some diving around on the vine here. Fortunately, the vine's not cooperating as well as Raynolin would hope. So I'm making them.
They just never cooperate.
Just seems like such an odd thing that they added into the game.
Exactly. Oof. There we
That's
go.
an interesting place for the Reachers. So you continue to fight some ants on 2 of your screens. Sonny Wrath nearing their final star piece. For not too long, and we are going to see a finish. All right, it's another ant completion done for Sinos. Just about ready to get to the end of Land's End here for two of our runners. Adrenaline chasing down the unfortunate rabbit hole that is everything around the vault, everything around. Gonna go ahead and opt to jump into the volcano via the hot spring.
Why not? It looks cool. Top off.
And saves the time of going in and out of the world map, because you're gonna have to watch the animation of falling in regardless.
Looks like Swarm was banking on that being a power star as well. And I was a little confused. I was like, but he hit the chest. Why is he not crazy? And then I remembered. And then he realized he has to fight that wall of dogs.
It's just that moment of, oh, that's right. I don't have a thing. We noticed that Gino has come back. So we get all the support spells. Oh my.
Whoa.
That's Fritz. Booster is not effing around this time.
He came into play. He's like, listen, you beat me in my tower in the real game. Now I'm gonna do it at the end of your adventure. I'm just gonna put you out. Here comes the train.
440. You killed Peach more than twice over. Almost 3 times over.
Listen, Booster just watched Gino bring Mario back from the dead. He was like, okay, I'm making darn sure Peach is dead.
Choo-choo. Choo-choo. All right. Now it's just a rather uninteresting tentacle fight between Sonny Wrath and having all of the star pieces. Clearly. Absolutely. And now Sinos is gonna do that. Oh wait, I actually have to fight these dogs now.
What a horrible
this is
realization.
so awkward.
Oh, just 4 fights. Just 4 fights. Just for fun.
Yeah, wouldn't you only need to did you have to do all 4 or can you just do the 2 and fit?
Oh,
all right, and where's Yoshi?
Oof, not there.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I guess you gotta do at least 2, I guess.
Or they're trying to go 1 and then eke through.
Oh, that would make sense. But I think what happened was he killed the one on the top right, and then he tried to jump over it, and I'm pretty sure he hit the top left one after that.
Hmm. Just trying to make the correction and get through as fast as possible. Sonny Wrath just waiting for this this squid to be out of the way.
And right there, the dogs were nice for Sinus. They got out of the way. They're like, listen, pal, we're in the way. Just come on in. Come in.
We saw what happened to the first dogs. We want no part of it.
Exactly. Like, those were our friends. We're upset over it. Go on,
right.
Traveler.
And Swarms gonna cash in their temple key for some extra flower points and items.
The hammer and the royal dress. I hope those could both go on Mario, and they're just like the best weapons.
Suddenly, just Swarms murdering everything.
Exactly, and just a beautiful dress with a giant hammer, like Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim.
And with that, Sonny Wrath has all 6 of the star pieces and does have the bright card, so he can head right over to Great Guy's Casino. If they so choose, which they will, and head straight to Smithy. So right here, it's just Smithy between Sonny Wrath and the end of the game, but I think they're going to elect to do a little bit of shopping first.
Why not? Why not, make sure there's no surprises, no tricks, no nothing. You just go through it, you finish first place, you get ready for round 2, or right after this race.
And selling some stuff out. Imagine they're probably looking at those Kiro Colas. Not the cheapest items that... No, not the cheapest healing items, but very helpful just to make it through. We do have access to group hug, but may not be able to make it to that turn. Oh, went a little far there. Eventually the map will cooperate with Sony Wrath here.
There we go.
Alright, we're heading. Get the brake card, we can head on in. Do you want to go to Smithy? No.
I don't blame him.
Want to look the other way with me? No. Decided to play a game of look the other way on accident.
Maybe he meant to. We don't know. Well, okay, maybe. It looks like maybe he meant.
Thinking about. Oh, wants to save first.
Oh, that was smart. That was smart.
All right, with that, Sinos has their final star piece. And so does Swarm.
Interesting.
Now it's just a matter. Now I guess it'll be a matter of who's going to get through the factory first.
So really, this is just a race for second place right now. It seems.
And check that out. The Goomba children have rock candies.
Oh, that could be a game changer for the factory.
And let's look how Sledge did 6, 11, and 13 there. You know how Peach just kind of existing there on Sony Wrath Squad.
Absolutely.
And we get the Mega Drain miss from Smithy there. And looks like we're seeing some key item Hail Marys here.
Oh, is Swarm going for it?
Swarm's going to be rewarded with the break card, realizing that they have a couple key item locations to go through. Sinos electing to hit Tadpole Pond first. None of them really wanting to go through the factory. Swarm might have clinched this by making the right call. Sinos thinking about what item locations do I have left to go to?
Yeah, he's thinking about what he missed right now. Because, I mean, if the alternative is going to check one or two things or going through the factory, it makes sense to just check what you missed.
I 100% agree that it's worth to check the key item locations. Just having to think of what did I miss? It looks like we're gonna get a committal from Sinos here.
He's
perhaps not remembering the bright card location. And that's a bright card in the hands of Swarm, and this might be the one that seals that might be the moment that seals the deal.
Yeah, I think at this point it would really take Swarm kind of fumbling the fights a little bit for Sinus to catch up, but I don't see that being the case. All these runners are really talented.
We'll see how this goes, though. Smithy could be the great equalizer. A tough mage head at the end could end up sealing it. We'll see as Sony Wrath heading into phase 2 of the Smithy fight. How utterly annoying.
And for all you kids out there, when you're building your home, you got to make sure it has a good foundation. You don't want to plummet, into another dimension.
And here we have a Dodo at Countdown. A beefy bird.
A big beefy bird.
So at this point, I'm trying to think of what bosses we haven't seen yet.
Oh, we haven't seen Hammer Bros, have we? I don't think so.
Hammer Bros, Croco 2. Dodo.
Yes.
Kulex wasn't Mac the Knife.
Yeah, he was a fun early surprise for our runners. Except for, was it Swarm who did Max Skip though? And
Yeah,
just said,
Swarm did execute the Max Skip.
yeah, so he hasn't seen Kulex yet. Maybe he thinks Kulex is out there.
Oh, we had overworld boss sprites. We know.
You're right. You're right.
It's just like he decided that's all. He sees that and goes, "Nope." Meanwhile, the mangled pixels that used to be Mario are gonna go ahead and hit the mage head here. Really, honestly, really helpful for these runners to see mage head, despite the damage that it does. Puts being susceptible to physical with just the sheer amount of physical damage that our runners could dish out here will end up coming in their favor.
Absolutely, and especially with having two characters that can Geno boost as well.
Two Geno boost, a group hug, and that's star piece number 5 for Raynolin. All right, Swarm is into phase 2 of Smithy. Given comebacks, pick-me-ups, I'd imagine this is just a matter of time before Swarm and Sonny Wrath seal their way into the final. Peach, Toadstool kissing the floor there for Sonny Wrath, but getting the group hug and the comeback, giving Zorm a little window to get back closer to first place. I don't know if it's enough to overtake, but the Spear Rains are definitely not messing around this time. Not able to get the block there on the attack from Smithy.
No, and Smithy too will punish you if you're not ready for those blocks. He's not goofing around right now. He says, "Okay, you ruined my house. Now we're in my world. Come and play."
Somehow my head's in the background. Don't ask questions.
Wait,
and we're running out of flower points on Sonny Wrath. This fight's starting to get dicey. Oh, nice freebie on the Kirakola.
That's so huge with getting low on the flower points.
Gotta trying to keep the team topped off through the mage head. Ooh, a direct physical. Something you don't see much of from Smithy's AI. Getting the spike link off. Well, Sinnoh's doing a good amount of work platforming their way through the factory. Ooh, there's the meteor rain.
Ooh.
And we're gonna get a swap. We're into chest head. And we're gonna make use of that of Peach's super flame here.
Not a bad super flame. 24 damage. Oof.
Actually, Peach just kind of there for the party.
She showed up though. You know, she at least gets the participation medal.
It's definitely been our Geno and Mario doing most of the lifting for this run.
Absolutely. I'm just laughing at that Mario sprite right now. It is going crazy on Sonny's end.
It's trying.
Yeah.
It's really trying. Oh, really there is there. Toadstool's on the ground again. Let's the tank head giving Sonny Wrath a bit of run for the money. Gotta be getting close on the HP though.
He's gotta be. He did a good chunk of damage on the mage form.
Swarm's still battling their way through this fight. Smithy really giving these guys tough ones.
Yeah, it looks like Swarm made the right call in getting Peach out of the group that Sonny didn't do. So maybe that pays off in the long run here.
All right, we get another chest head phase. We're getting low on healing items, and they're low on FP. I don't know if they have enough to cast another comeback. Go ahead and just use a mushroom to try to keep Gino alive.
And
Has enough.
Swarm gets it.
Swarm coming in with a much tighter Smithy fight will finish this race in first place.
That's crazy. He absolutely made the right call in switching out Peach for Bowser. Absolutely. And Sonny just behind him. Just maybe 20 seconds or so behind him.
All right, with that, we know it will be a Sonny Wrath versus Swarm final.
And you know what? These two were just nuts throughout this entire run. This next race is going to be so great.
All right, and with this, the two unlimited runners, it sounds like we're going to elect to take it forfeit so we can move on to the next race in this one.
Absolutely. The seed took a little bit longer than we expected, but that's because it was kind of brutal. It made you check every race.
All in all, though, definitely not the friendliest of seeds. Putting in that very early Kulex, putting star pieces on Exor and the Axum Rangers, and Belome Temple. And Belome, too. Don't forget that. Just deep dives to some of these.
Oh, look at that. Sinus is fighting the Hammer Brothers right now.
Hey, look, we found the Hammer Bros.
They were just deep in the factory, just, you know, defending the last line.
All right, so we should be able to get these runners into setup for the next race.
Absolutely.
Give them a couple minutes to go through and get our restream team enough time to get set up for the next race. What a race it was as we get through the credits run here. And look, there's Croco too.
Croco 2 also hanging out in the back. I was gonna say, which fight is this?
It's one of the hammers.
One of the hammers.
I think we're in Clerk right now.
There's old Boomer.
There's Boomer. Just the post-race chat of the tough seed.
Yeah, everyone having nothing but kind words about the seed.
But randomizer giveth and randomizer taketh.
Exactly.
And boy did it taketh a lot out of all of us. But the real randomization was the friends we made along the way.
Absolutely. Oh, what an interesting race.
Absolutely. Hey, look, it's the Tsar Dragon. He's here too.
Exactly. Everybody's here. This is like the factory is like the Smash Ultimate of Super Mario RPG bosses. Everyone's here.
Making our way through the credits. Still another race to be had here, folks. As a reminder, this will be a 7-star seed as well, as they will be forced to fight their way through the factory. There's still time to get donations in to force them to face the Kulex location. Get your donations in to the Bale Project. As a reminder, we are raising money here at the Tournament of Hope for the Bale Project. The Bale Project is a charity group that helps disrupt mass incarceration by helping dispel the use of excessive bail to hold individuals in jail pre-trial. For more information of what the Bale Project does, please visit baleproject.org/our-work. All right. As we're sitting through the credits, we should be loading up the loading up for the race here momentarily. Thanks everyone for hanging out here.
It's been an absolutely great time sitting here commentating this race, and now we get to see some of the best end credits, I think, in like almost any game. I think the Super Mario RPG end credits are just absolutely spectacular. Like, it's just the perfect ending to a run that's usually like 2 hours long or so. So I love it. It feels great. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like unfortunately Bungie blue screened, so he'll be back in a little bit, unless it's gone permanently. Looks like Sinus is making his way through that Smithy fight, though. He's not gonna let Smithy win. If Smithy lives, then he takes over the world. We can't have that. He's gotta go, you know? Anyone who can turn a pogo stick into a weapon, that's too clever, that's too intelligent, that's too creative. We can't have that. Silence moving on to phase 2 now. After Smithy freaks out and just destroys the floor. Gotta relax. Maybe if he was more relaxed. No, if he was a more relaxed person, maybe he doesn't try to take over the world. I don't know. I don't have that evil villain mind yet. I love it. I love when a boss says, okay, pal, this is my final form. I appreciate a Dragon Ball reference every now and then. It just makes me happy. Looks like Sinus also switched in Bowser. No, that's Peach. I lied. I got too ahead of myself. Wait, no, it is Bowser. I'm crazy. No, it... Oh my goodness. The sprites are throwing me off. Like, the icon was like a Peach. The character sprite was a Bowser. None of it made sense. Ooh, got the Mage Head doing work. Oh my god, that's so much damage. That's crazy. 614 melee hits. Love it. The Dark Star. Ooh, Peach. Oh, perfect block. Pick me up on Peach. Makes sense. Keep your team healthy. A healthy team is just the way to be. And there's Mario Sprite freaking out. My goodness. Ooh, the boulder. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Just melee attacks, love it. Just keep blasting. Don't stop. Another perfect parry. Sinus just showing off now. He's just like, listen, I am this good at the game. Let's be real. I have no clue what that attack did. I think it was just specifically designed to mess up Mario's sprite even more. Apparently it silenced them. More melees, of course. There it is. He's got it. Congrats to Sinus. Finishing the race. Love to see it. Coming in at like a, 237-ish. Normally, you have to wait till the end credits, till it says the end. In Randomizer, you don't, I assume. $237.20. That's like, I still think that's a great time for a seed like this. I know for me, this would have been a nightmare for me to do. I would have done so much worse than any of these guys, any of these people out here. Yes. Sinus and Randa, they're the real winners here. They're letting Zwarm and Sonny, get to race again. They got to show off their stuff, show off their talent, and they get to go to bed, which is like another kind of benefit too.
And I have returned.
Welcome back to the land of the living, my friend.
All right, let's get back and hope for a great race here on our final.